Imagine you have a job interview and it's your dream job from your dream company and you just want to nail the job. You send them your APK files, it doesn't load, or they have security issues on their mobile phone. Then, if this is so, how are you going to show your product or projects that you have worked with? It was much better if it was live in a server. Now, speaking of live server, here we can use GitHub Live Hosting. Why? Because it's much easier than any other hosting out there. Because GitHub hosting is one of the easiest hosting over there. If you don't have server-side experience, just with some few clicks, you can host your projects online, and then you'd be able to show them. Just share the link and they'll be able to see your project, and they're impressed, and you nail the interview. Now let's see how to do that. So the very first thing you have to do, you have to come to the root of your project, which is fully user in my case, so I'm in it. And then over here, I'm going to run this command, flutter build web release define, add a parameter, and no tree shake icons. It could be also as simple as this one. You can just put the first few words like flutter build web release. So it's up to you that how you want to optimize. But anyway, so you want to hit enter after that. And once you do that, it's going to start compiling. Now the compilation actually is done in my case because I have already done it. But if you're doing it for the first time, it may take a minute or two. Anyway, so after that, here we'll see a build folder, and over here we'll also see a web folder. And inside the web, actually we have all these JS files and related items, as well as our assets. Okay, and these are going to help us to host this online. Okay, right. So now, since we are going to host it on GitHub, so we have to do a few more steps. The first thing I'm going to do, have it clear. So after that, over here, I'm going to create a directory, and here I'm going to say mkdir, and we're going to call it docs. Okay, so now it would be also in the root. For example, over here, you see that fully user, and here we see docs. Now our job is to move this items from build web to this docs folder. And how to do that? So okay, so after that, actually we need to move all these items, the one inside this web folder, all of them to the docs folder. And to do that, we can just simply run mv, and then here we could say build web and everything from there to docs folder. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and hit it, and you'll see that everything has been moved to docs folder. And do make sure that over here you have this docs, and right inside this you have this index.html, which is quite important over here. Now there are a few changes that I'm going to do, because for GitHub, the way it recognizes this base URL, it recognizes based on your Git repo. For example, let's come over here, and here we're gonna say git remote v. So here git repo, the repo name actually is Foodly Flutter. So over here, actually we're gonna write Foodly Flutter. There are other places that we also need to make the changes. For example, over here, make sure that you put one slash, then whatever your repo's name, go ahead and put it there. It's all about your repo's name. So I'm going to make the changes in some other places, for example here as well. All right, that should be pretty much it. So make sure that you make all these changes based on your needs. Okay, all right, now here I'm going to go ahead and clear that, and here I'm going to say git add docs, because the folder that just we created over here, this one, we need to add in our git repos. So git add docs. Okay, and then we need to do git commit. So here we're gonna do git commit -m. Okay, and then here we're gonna do git push origin. Now in general, most of the time it's main for most people, but in my case the branch name is different. So here I'm going to do user web elite. So this is my branch name, so I'm going to push it there. All right, so that's been done over here, as you can see. Now, since this is done, I'm going to go ahead and click on this link. Now it's going to take me to my Git repo over here, and I'm going to click on the settings. And once I do that, here I'll have pages. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on that. Now here I'll see stuffs like this, but if you haven't activated get paid services, you will actually not say this. So make sure that actually you subscribes to their service, otherwise you will not see any of these things. So now here there are branches, so I'm going to select this one because I saved my docs in this branch. And then here, instead of root, we're going to select docs, and then here we are going to go ahead and save it. And once you saved it here, it would say that your server or your site is live at this link. So all you need to do, go ahead and click on this, and you'd be able to see that it's running. Now, as you can see that my site has already started to load because this is in my index.html. But anyway, thanks for watching.